The 1990s, a glorious era when we survived on VHS tapes, waited 10 minutes for a website to load, and memorized entire music videos from MTV. It was the decade that gave us boy bands, butterfly clips, and a tsunami of unforgettable stars who shaped pop culture. But now it's 2025, and while TikTok reigns supreme, and your fridge probably talks to you, you might be wondering what happened to the stars who ruled our tube TVs and Walkmans. Did they fade like frosted tips? Or are they making serious comebacks? Let's dive into this nostalgic Hollywood time capsule and see where these icons are today. Natalie Portman. Natalie Portman didn't just dip a toe into stardom she cannonballed in with her haunting performance in Leon, the professional at just 12 years old. But behind the critical acclaim was a young girl navigating a minefield of unwanted attention and media scrutiny. In a 2025 sit-down with Vanity Fair, she opened up about feeling very scared due to the sexualization of her early roles, prompting her to armor herself with intellect, enter Harvard. Today, Portman is 43, still razor sharp, and actively producing and starring in nuanced female-driven projects. She's set to co-lead The Gallerist with Jenna Ortega, a drama exploring generational trauma and the art world. Natalie is also using her platform to amplify women's rights and climate change activism, making it clear she's more than just a pretty face from the past, she's a force of the future. Drew Barrymore. Let's face it, Drew Barrymore's life could be a roller coaster theme park on its own. From that iconic phone home scene in E.T. to rehab by age 13, she's lived 1,000 lives before most of us figured out our favorite pizza topping. In a 2025 Candid interview, Drew described her teenage years as a car crash of a life, but instead of wreckage, she built an empire. Her daytime show, The Drew Barrymore Show, is still running strong, full of laughter, hugs, and the occasional crying guest segment. At 50, Barrymore is the queen of relatability, balancing motherhood, business, and emotional authenticity with hilarious self-deprecation. She's currently launching a new skincare line for sleep-deprived humans who cry during cartoons. Because, of course she is. Demi Moore. If you thought Demi Moore had already peaked with Ghost, think again. In the 90s, she was one of the highest-paid actresses in Hollywood, known for powerful roles and that buzz cut in G.I. Jane. In 2025, Moore returned to the awards circuit thanks to her jaw-dropping performance in The Substance, a psychological thriller that has critics using phrases like career renaissance and Moore 2.0. Although she was snubbed by the Oscars, again, seriously, the industry and audiences are fully recognizing her power. At 62, she's unapologetically raw in interviews, crediting sobriety, therapy, and patience for her evolution. Demi is also now an advocate for age inclusion in Hollywood and has become a style icon for Gen Z, thanks to her red carpet look at the Time 100 Gala, which trended for 3 days straight. Christina Aguilera. The voice that launched 1,000 vocal runs is still going strong. Christina Aguilera broke onto the pop scene in 1999, but she didn't stop at Genie in a Bottle. Over the past 25 years, she's embraced everything from Latin music to jazz, even starring in burlesque. In 2025, she's back on top with a surprise bilingual album that debuted at #2 on the Billboard charts. She's headlining major Pride festivals around the world and recently signed a Las Vegas residency extension through 2026. At 44, Christina is also a powerhouse advocate for LGBTQ+ rights and mental health. Her message? Unapologetically love yourself, even if you hit whistle notes in the shower that scare the dog. Jennifer Lopez. Jennifer Lopez didn't just survive the 1990s, she turned them into a trampoline for a global empire. From her breakout as Selena to becoming a chart-topping singer and one-woman brand, J.Lo continues to redefine hustle. In 2025, she launched DeLola, a successful line of premium cocktails, all while promoting her latest film, Atlas, set to premiere on Netflix this summer. Oh, and did we mention she's working on a Broadway musical based on her life? At 55, she's juggling motherhood, entrepreneurship, music, and red carpets with the stamina of a 20-year-old. In her spare time, which somehow exists, she's co-producing a documentary on Latina representation in Hollywood. Is she a cyborg? Possibly. But if so, we want whatever operating system she's running. Dave Coulier. Cut it out. You can't talk 90s TV without mentioning Full House and everyone's favorite goofy uncle, Joey Gladstone. Dave Coulier, now 65, has shifted from comedy gigs to something far more personal. In 2024, he publicly announced his battle with stage 3 non-Hodgkin lymphoma, and after a rough round of chemo, he is thankfully in remission as of February 2025. Even amidst the health struggles, Coulier had a joyful milestone, becoming a grandfather in March 2025. He now shares hilarious Grandpa Joey videos with his grandson on social media, where he's become a surprise TikTok sensation. He's also partnered with cancer research nonprofits, bringing levity and hope to others fighting similar battles. Who knew the king of corny jokes would become the internet's favorite wholesome grandpa? Gwyneth Paltrow. She won an Oscar in 1999, wore that iconic pink dress, and then disappeared into a world of organic skincare and yoni eggs. But make no mistake, Gwyneth Paltrow is still very much in the spotlight. In 2025, Goop is now a billion-dollar brand, launching everything from vegan wine to spiritually aligned cookware. Yes, seriously. At 52, Gwyneth has stepped back from acting, but remains a wellness mogul, podcast host, and lifestyle author. Her latest Goop Lab series on Netflix explores plant-based healing and microdosing, and it's breaking streaming records in the health docuseries genre. She occasionally returns to acting for small, artsy roles. The weird indie stuff, she calls it. Love her or side-eye her crystal obsession, there's no denying she's still a conversation starter. Pamela Anderson. Once the slow-motion dream girl of Baywatch, Pamela Anderson is now living her best, chillest life on Vancouver Island. In 2025, she's ditched the glam and opted for bare feet and garden gloves. At 57, she runs a fully organic vegetable farm, writes poetry, and just released her second vegan cookbook, From Bombshell to Basil. Her Netflix documentary Pamela, a love story, became a surprise hit in 2023 and sparked renewed interest in her legacy. Pamela's embracing this quieter chapter, doing occasional speaking events on animal rights and clean living. She's also been romantically linked with a local beekeeper, proving you don't need Malibu to feel the buzz. The cast of In Living Color. Before SNL diversified, there was In Living Color, the sketch comedy show that launched 1,000 careers and rewrote the comedy rulebook. Jim Carrey went on to dominate the big screen with The Mask, Ace Ventura, and dramatic turns like The Truman Show. By 2025, he's mostly retired, focusing on painting and political activism, but rumors swirl about a Carrey-led limited series reboot. Jamie Foxx, meanwhile, bounced back from a health scare in 2023 and returned with a vengeance in Back in Action alongside Cameron Diaz. The Wayans family, still hilarious and still busy, Marlon Wayans is producing a new HBO comedy about family-run barbershops. Jennifer Lopez, the show's former fly girl. Well, you've already seen she's still running the world. In Living Color might be off-air, but its fire burns bright through the legacy of its legendary cast. And there you have it. Our favorite 90s icons proving that legends never go out of style, they just get better with age. Which star's glow-up surprised you the most? If you enjoyed this video, smash that like button, hit subscribe, the past or a peek into the present.